Hi there. I just talked for like 20 minutes and realized I didn't press record. All right, so I wanted to talk today about my experience so far with testosterone replacement therapy. If you're new to my channel and you don't know anything about me, I am a 45 and a half year old woman, and I live in Brooklyn, New York. And I like to talk about anti-aging strategies, things that I'm using for my skin, my health, and this is kind of a big one. So I'm going to first of all tell you that I was able to secure a compounded bioidentical testosterone cream, um, not through my doctor, exactly, but through a company called Valor, and they're based in the UK. You can Google, just put in Valor and hormones, and it'll come up. They do all kinds of products for hormone-related deficiencies and support for men and women. And anyway, so I have always run on the low side as far as I know, but it wasn't like critically low until the past year and a half, to my knowledge. I had a test in the middle of, actually it might have been 2020. I was thinking 2021, but the summer, yeah, it was the summer of 2020, and my levels were 14 nanograms per deciliter of total testosterone, which is different from free testosterone. It's still it's like it's too low, but it wasn't this like very recently. It was down below 2 nanograms per deciliter. The range, they say, or hormone specialists say that for a woman to feel good, it should be between like 40 and 50 nanograms per deciliter. But there are different ranges depending on the lab, and the particular lab that handled my test results had indicated 8.4 to 48 nanograms per deciliter. The range that I see online for women or adults under 50 is like 15 to 70. My free testosterone was not measurable because it was so low. So basically, not there. And there are, a lot of systems of the body that are signaled by testosterone. So a woman who is low on this, and it typically, like, it starts to decline after age 40, like everything else, but it can cause weight gain, mood swings, loss of lean body mass, reduced strength, decreased bone density, and that's important for me because I already have low bone density and I'm tiny. Hair loss, poor sleep, definitely have poor sleep, but that could be for myriad reasons. Declining memory, difficulty with focus and concentration, depression, low libido, and hot flashes. Of these symptoms, I would say the ones that are relevant to me would be loss of lean body mass. I had noticed in the past year that my, I'm very strong, but my limbs looked kind of spindly. They looked ripped, but they looked spindly. Of course, bone density and sleep, and memory concentration, that's always something that I am concerned about. And not depression, but just kind of a low mood at times. So yeah, and these are symptoms that men who are low would experience as well. Unfortunately, insurance does not cover this critical hormone for women, no matter how low they are, and that sucks, and that's America. When I asked my doctor about getting bioidentical testosterone, she had to refer me to a med spa that would not, like, they don't take insurance. It's just this luxury spa in Manhattan, and they only did the pellets that are inserted into your body, and then, like, you can't even moderate the dosage. So if it's too much for you and you're like freaking out, what do? And the cost out of pocket would be $2,500 for the initial insertion. And so I don't know if that's just like a New York thing or if everywhere in the country that's how expensive it is. But that's absolutely cost prohibitive and laughable, really. When they told me that, I was like, I'm okay, no, cancel my appointment. This is stupid. So I got in touch with Valor in online, and then they talked to me on the phone. They got my test results, and they eventually got my doctor to fax an order to them. It was a little slow, I don't know why, but once they got the order, I received this in less than 48 hours from the UK. All right, so about the dosage. This month supply at 1 milligram a day was $50 and free shipping. So the dispenser, it's you turn the crank on the bottom, and it comes out this tiny little hole in the top. See there? And they say 4 clicks is 1 milligram. So since I wanted to do a quarter to half a dose, I would do 1 or 2 clicks. Initially, the first day I got this, I was turning the crank. You have to, generate it with more clicks initially than you normally would once it gets going. So it was a little less precise than I would like. I just took a dab. I would estimate, based on what I've seen since then, that what I was using was about half a milligram my first time. This was at 2 p.m. in the afternoon on a day when I had fair energy, but not anything ridiculous. I put it on kind of, the place where they take blood, right here, this vein. It's very prominent on me. Very visible, very thin skin there. I dabbed it right there, and within a few minutes, I kind of felt like I had had many shots of espresso. It was like I'd had too much caffeine. It was like a euphoric kind of experience in a way, but on the scarier side, because my heart was pounding a lot, like not a racing heartbeat, but the kind of the sensation that I experience if I eat dessert that has sugar in it, or if I have alcohol and there's the rebound effect, and it's like doo doo doo, and you can't sleep. So kind of an adrenaline response. I did feel a little dizzy. I felt like good comparison that I just thought of. I once had steroid injections in my foot that went into a vein by accident or by crappy doctoring skills. But that made me feel as though I was like shaky, almost like a low blood sugar feeling. There was something funky with my blood sugar. It was a little bit of that kind of feeling. So I went to the gym, and throughout the rest of the day, I felt like I just wanted to talk a lot. That night, I was expecting, you're supposed to sleep better with this, and that's what my friend told me that she experienced, and I couldn't get to sleep because I had too much energy, and my heart was pounding, like, as I explained. So that was the first day. The next morning, this is a side effect that no one wants. I woke up and I felt around my rib cage, and it was like this noticeable water retention feeling. So I'm very thin, and any change, like this is the feeling that I get when I'm about to get my period. It's like super, but it was worse. I stepped on the scale, and overnight I had put on 2 pounds of water. So that's not pleasant. And it was like I went to the gym and I was looking at my muscles and working out, and everything just seemed um, a little bigger in a strange way. And I did notice that I could lift more. My workout felt I was lifting the same weight as I normally would, and it just seemed too easy. I did more time on the elliptical machine than I normally do. I was like at the 40-minute point, and I just kept going. Like I just had so much energy, I couldn't exhaust myself. Then I decided. Oh, and I got the hormonal zits that they warn you about. So there are some potential side effects with this that just think of what do boys go through when they're going through puberty. They get cystic acne and hair growth, and so I don't want that. I haven't seen anything like that yet. Oilier skin. Anecdotally, I mean, a lot of stuff is anecdotal because they aren't doing sufficient studies in women, in my opinion. So you can get all of the data and make an informed decision about this. With 30% of women say they get terrible acne and they have to stop using it, or bone density increases by this percent after 10 years, or maybe oh, actually my complexion looked better because my skin looked thicker. And so anyway, I've heard many doctors on YouTube say that their patients, although their skin is more oily, sometimes that's good if you're in the dry skin category and you have the crepiness if you're of that age. They say that a fairly common remark is that people notice their skin looks thicker, which is a very good thing. And I know I heard at least one doctor say that testosterone increases your elastin. And there are plenty of things that I know of that stimulate collagen or support collagen, but not elastin. So that's great. I did think when I was working out at the gym over the next few days, that's when I'm looking in the mirror, and they have terrible lighting in there. So if you look in the mirror and you don't hate how you look, then something is going well for you. But I noticed that my face looked younger, kind of and I notice these changes when I'm ovulating, like when your hormones are really high. Okay, my face, this is a lifelong thing. Even when I was in high school, it was and I didn't know what was causing it at the time. But it was in the middle of the month, and I would look in the bathroom mirror, and my face would look more symmetrical. Like my eyebrows would look a little bit more lifted, kind of in the middle here. And I don't understand this, but my cheeks looked a little bit rounder, just more feminine and pretty. I do know that testosterone is converted into estrogen. I don't know how this happens, but I was talking to my dad and my partner, and they knew about this too. And I don't know how they would know before me because I tend to follow all this stuff. But maybe that has something to do with it. Anyway, the acne, the initial breakout that I had, I was able to treat because I had some leftover doxycycline in my refrigerator. Because I've had breakouts like this before. It's just this one was kind of strange. I will get them at a certain time of the month, and this was totally out of the blue. I mean, in conjunction with the use of this, but it was not tied to my own hormone cycle. Anyway, so let's see what else. All right, so after that first night when I couldn't sleep, the next night was better, and I actually slept. I chart this on my calendar. I actually slept 7.5 hours. I only woke up once. And normally, and maybe like my neighbors are out of town and that's why I didn't hear any noise. Maybe. But normally I wake up 2 or 3 times, and often I have a terrible time trying to go back to sleep. This was like a very deep, dream filled, restorative, wonderful sleep. Um, and it was like that for a few nights, actually. And then I started just to curb the water retention because I hate that. I'm very body conscious. I started using the tiniest dose that I could um, coordinate every other night. Now I'm back to about half a milligram. I'm sorry, did I say night? I meant morning. So every morning, I would use a very small dose. Now I'm back up to about half a milligram every morning, and we'll see how this goes. Um, so at this point, because I think the breakout is mostly under control, um, and the heart pounding isn't happening anymore. That could have maybe my system was shocked because it was operating on such a minimal amount. I am guessing that my body was just like hypersensitive to it as it had to be in order to use what was there. Um, so yeah, we'll see. I mean, it may wind up ameliorating my sensitivity to noise, or at least the wakefulness that is sustained after I wake up each time. Maybe I'll be able to go back to sleep better. Um, at this point, it's really just the water retention that's bugging me. Yeah, so that's it. And if you have any questions, if you are also using or considering testosterone replacement, um, comment below. And anything else that you'd like to talk about related to hormones, I'm very interested in it. And also the fact that insurance doesn't cover this stuff. If you're having trouble getting the treatment that you need, definitely check out Valor. All right. Have a good evening, or whatever time of day it is where you are.